Chapter 7. Boone. Ivy's flustered and silent on the way back to her office, but I'm feeling smug. I've still got the sweet taste of her on my mouth, and there's a big wet spot on the back seat that tells me just how hard I made her come. Of course, Ivy's embarrassed by it, but that's because she's a lady. Me? I ain't no gentleman. Maybe a gentleman wouldn't have claimed his woman in the driveway of a stranger's house, but I couldn't resist her for any longer. The way she looked at me through her lashes made me absolutely fucking crazy. Touching her as we went through the house, her small hand on my arm, it felt like heaven and hell both at once, because she was near, but my mouth wasn't on her. And now that I've tasted her, I'm gonna need her, and often. She came hard for me, and so pretty and flushed as she did, too. I made her wetter than the ocean. Ain't no faking that. I'll let her be a little shy for now if it makes her more comfortable. I'm claiming her again, though, and soon. I didn't come myself. Even though my cock is hard and aching with need for her, I can wait. Ivy's skittish. She needs me to go a bit slower. She needs a bed for her first time with me, so I can take my time and do everything I want to her sweet body. I can jerk off for one more night or two. After that, though, I want her in my bed. I want my hands buried in her hair, my mouth on her tits, my cock in her cunt. That's what I want. I think that's what she wants, too. She's just too shy to admit it. Lucky for her, I ain't shy. Ivy parks the car at the curb. She doesn't turn it off, just smooths her hair like it's going to somehow get all proper in its bun again. There's strands escaping everywhere, and she's licked all of her lipstick off. Her mouth is swollen from my kisses, and she looks like she's been well fucked, even if my dick hasn't been inside her yet. And I like seeing her like that. Makes me all possessive and hungry for her. You ain't gonna fix it perfect again, I tell her. Everyone's gonna know you've been fooling around with me. Of course, I like that. I like branding her as mine. She shoots me a cool look and then turns her attention back to the rearview mirror. "I think you should pass on that house," Ivy says after a moment. "You can do much better." I know. But if you liked it, I wanted to see it. She's got a strand of hair at her nape that's touching her neck, and I reach out and brush it away. Then, because I like touching her, I drag my finger along her soft skin. She shivers and a little moan escapes her. Then she gives herself a little shake, like she's focusing, and turns to me. "Boone, we can't do things like that." It was a bit of a risk in the driveway, I admit, but I thought it added a fun element to things. She has the tiniest earlobes, and I can't resist stroking one of them, too. "Not that part, though it's definitely on the list of things we shouldn't have done either. I mean me and you together." She bites her lip and then gives me a sad look. "You're my client." "Then I'm firing you." Her eyes go wide and she pales immediately. Her hand presses to her mouth, and her fingers are almost as wide as her face. Fuck. That was the wrong thing to say. "I'm kidding, darling. I ain't firing you." She takes a long, slow breath and nods. Damn. I really fucked up just then. I put my hand on the back of her neck and squeeze it, just a little. Here's the thing. I want you. I want a house. I plan on getting both. Does it matter if you're the one that sells me the house or not? It's not professional. Baby, no one can say that you are anything but professional. A little color returns to her cheeks. Can we keep things private for a bit between us? It'd make me more comfortable. I narrow my eyes at her. You mean you want to hide your dirty roughneck boyfriend from your hoity-toity co-workers? No, she says firmly, and her hand goes to my knee. She gives it a little squeeze that I swear I can feel right in my groin. It's because I don't want them giving me lip for dating a client, and I could get fired. The look on her face tells me that this is important to her. Maybe as important to her as she is to me. Fair enough. We'll do it your way for now, then. She nods slowly. Since my boss already thinks you're my boyfriend, we just won't let him know that I'm also selling you a house. In the meantime, I'll look for other places we can check out. That's fine with me, but I want you to keep one thing in mind. I stroke my thumb on her neck, just behind her ear, and love that she shivers from that small touch. What's that? Don't pick out a place you think I would like. Pick out a place you would like. Not me. And spare no expense. Let's not go cheap on this next one. Her brows go up. Cheap? That was a $2 million house. Yeah, and it looked like ass. If we have to go $20 million or $50 million, then that's what we do. My only request is that it look impressive and that it makes you mad wet. Ivy's blush tells me that my command probably isn't far from the truth. You're terrible. No, I'm bold. I lean in closer. I know you said you thought you liked me for my wallet, but we both know that's a lie. It is? There's a fragile note to her voice, and her gaze flicks to my mouth, over and over again. I bet she's all wet for me right now, and the thought makes me salivate. You like me because I know what I want and I take it. I don't worry about being nice. I don't worry about being proper. I don't give a damn about any of that shit. All I give a damn about is you and making you come on my tongue. Her lips part and she's breathing hard now. I wish she wasn't wearing a jacket, because I'd love to see her little nipples strained against her shirt. I'm tempted to put my hand under her skirt again and finger fuck her until she comes again, but we're in front of her office. And while I plan on pushing Ivy past several of her limits, that's one I don't think she'd appreciate. Boone, she whispers, and I can hear the ache in her voice. We shouldn't do this in front of my job. I know, baby. That's the only reason I don't have your legs over my shoulders again. At her sexy little moan, my cock strains against my jeans. They're tight as fuck at the moment, and I'm dying for release. Not right now, though. Time has to be right. She watches me, dazed and breathless, before removing my hand from its possessive clasp on her neck. She's pulling back. For now, I'll let her. Ivy smooths a hand over her hair again. Can I have my panties back now? Those are mine. Spoils of war. Her eyes widen. You can't keep them. Oh, I plan on jerking off with them tonight while thinking of you. Boone! Unless you want to come over to my place and do me the honors. She hesitates. And hot damn, she's actually thinking about it. Hot damn. Ivy Smithfield is every wet dream I've ever had come to life. I love this fucking woman. I shouldn't, she says after a long moment. My sister's expecting me home for dinner. She lives with her sister. For some reason, I've always pictured her in one of those sterile yet modern apartments filled with 3 pieces of gray furniture and nothing else. The ones that are too highbrow for a guy like me to comprehend why you'd want only 3 pieces of furniture, and uncomfortable ones to boot. We could go out, all 3 of us. I don't mind if you bring her along to dinner. Family's important. After all, she's gonna be my in-law soon enough. Might as well say hello. But Ivy's silent. Her mouth thins, and she gives a small shake of her head. Tonight's not a good night. Tomorrow, then? No answer. Ivy starts rummaging through her purse and pulls out a small bottle of hairspray, determined to fix the loose strands of her hair. I watch her, curious. She's shutting down on me. Now, is it because of her sister, or because of something going on tonight? I got 4 brothers. Think I told you that. Enough for a roughneck drilling team. Her smile is quick, polite, as she glances over at me. You told me. We're real close. Family's important. Her expression goes soft. It is. Your sister older? Younger? Ivy's gaze flicks to the rearview mirror, and she turns off the car, shoving her hairspray back in her purse. I should go, Boone. All right, I drawl. She's skittish over family. I'm gonna have to get that out of her, but some other time. I suspect she might be more vulnerable with my mouth on her pussy again. That's something I look forward to. Breaking down her walls, one slow lick at a time. Might want to get your car cleaned before you bring your next client in. I nod my head at the wet spot on the back seat. Though I have to say, I think it smells delicious. Her cheeks flare red as she gets out of the car. Later that night, Ivy texts me links to 3 different houses, asking me to pick 1 or 2 that I like the most so we can check them out later this week. She won't tell me which one appeals to her, so I pick the most expensive. She immediately texts me back and tells me she's picking a different house for us to see, because it has a 10-car garage, and that might be more appealing to me. And I grin to myself like a loon, mostly because even though I told her to pick out what she wants, she's still got me on her mind. I like that. I want to eat up her thoughts like I ate her sweet little pussy earlier today. My brother Clay's hanging out over at my trailer tonight, and we're playing co-op shooter on the PS4 together. Well, sort of. My mind's mostly on Ivy, and I'm a fucking shit partner, to the point that Clay's starting to toss me disgusted looks and check his watch. That works for me. The sooner he leaves, the sooner I can jerk off to Ivy's panties. Maybe I'll call her as I do. Maybe I'll actually show her how to do a video chat on her phone and let her watch me doing it. Wouldn't that scorch her sweet little cheeks? Oh, fuck! You just died again, Boone. Where's your fucking brain, man? Clay throws down his control in disgust and looks at me like I'm a turd under his shoe. Seriously, you ran right into that pack of mercs. No fucking strategy at all. I shrug and toss my controller aside, too. Ain't in the mood for playing, I suppose. Let me guess. Ivy? I rub my jaw, my beard prickling my hand. Sometimes when I rub it, I imagine it still smells like her honey, and that makes me all hard again. I drop my hand because I don't want my brother to notice I've got a boner, and grab a couch cushion, tossing it on my lap. Saw her today. Yep. You get some of that yet? I shoot him a glare as he gets up, crossing the trailer to get a beer. Ain't any of your damn business. She's mine, and that's all you gotta worry about. That ain't a no, Clay says, pulling a Corona out of my beat-up fridge. You want a drink? No. You want to leave? He gives me a strange look. What's eating your ass? I scratch at my hat, then shrug. She blew me off. I invited her and her sister to dinner, and she acted like I'd just insulted her mom or something. Shut me down lickety-split. And that's after we got all personal-like. Her sister cute? I scowl at him. Can we focus on me here? I suppose. He uses the edge of his shirt to twist the lid off the Corona and then takes a long gulp. Then he adds, maybe her sister's a bigger snob than she is? She ain't a snob, I tell him. She's just elegant. But then I think about the part where she asked me not to point out to her co-workers that we were dating, and my gut gets all clenched. Of course, she told the one guy that I was her boyfriend, so I'm all fucking confused. There's mixed signals everywhere. Then maybe there's something wrong with her sister, Clay says. Maybe she's one of them kooks that doesn't shave her pits and wears fucking leaves and shit. Like that one in the movie that lived in a tree. Well, that don't sound likely. I think of Ivy with her delicate mannerisms. She don't seem like the type to have a crunchy granola sister, I think. Hell, I don't know. Hire an investigator. I look over at Clay like he's crazy, because that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Do what? You've got money now, he says, then gestures at my old beat-up trailer. Not that you can tell from this place. Maybe you throw a few dollars down and get some Sherlock-style asshole to go stalk your girl and find out all the juicy details about her. He swigs his beer again, and then points at me as an idea occurs to him. Maybe she's got a husband. Oh, fuck off. She ain't got a husband, and I ain't gonna have anyone spy on her for money. That is some straight-up shady dumbassery if I've ever heard it. Finish your beer and get out of here. His eyes gleam with amusement. Why? You gonna call your classy pussy and tell her to stop hanging out with her boyfriend and get herself a real man? I throw the cushion at my brother and nail him right in the head. Out, dickbag. Clay just laughs like this is the funniest thing ever. Ain't like you to be all mopey over a girl, Boone. Wait until the others hear about this. So go tell 'em. Just get out of my face. Tired of hearing this shit already. And I suspect that by the time Clay gossips to Gage, Knox, and Seth, I'll have all four of those jackasses in my face. Give a man peace and quiet already. You sure are testy when you aren't getting laid, Clay comments, and then races out of the door of the trailer before I can throw something else at him. My brother hoots and hollers, laughing into the night as he heads down the road to his own trailer. Dumbass. He ain't wrong, though. My mood's all tore up, and it's all thanks to Ivy. I keep telling myself I ain't worried about the sister thing. But I don't like how closed up she got. There's something she's hiding, and I worry it's me. I know I'm not good enough for her. I just don't want that to stop me from getting my woman. It's only been a few days, but already I need Ivy like I need air. My body needs her too. I get up and lock the front door of my trailer just in case Clay, or any of my other brothers, has any bright ideas, and head off to my bedroom. There's a tiny wad of fabric in my pocket that's burning a hole in my brain, and I need to take it in hand, among other things. I shut the front door and fling myself down on my bed. My entire body aches at the thought of Ivy, and I stare up at the popcorn ceiling in my trailer. I hope she ain't using me to get to my money. Not that it matters, I suppose, because I'd give her some either way. I've got enough to buy whatever she wants. But I like the thought of Ivy being turned on by me, and not just my wallet. That I ain't so stomach-turning that she can't introduce me to her sister or anyone else in her family. I'm willing to let shit slide for now, but once that house is sold, I want into all aspects of her life. No holds barred. Nothing held back. Ivy Smithfield will be all mine. I pull out the panties and admire them for a moment. They're a plain white pair. Cotton, I think. It's fucking adorable as hell that she wore regular old panties to meet with me. No thongs or sulky things for Ivy, which meant she wasn't anticipating me going down on her. I like that. It tells me she's not as calculating as Clay thinks. I hold the fabric up to my face and rub it across my mouth, inhaling her scent. My other hand works on my belt, freeing my jeans. And then my zipper's down and I've got my cock in my hand. It's hard as fuck and aching for release. But something about this doesn't feel right. It's not my hand I want, it's her. It's Ivy. My need for her hasn't lessened an iota since making her come. Just because I could walk away from her doesn't mean that I'm not raging out of control. I hold her panties to my face and inhale deeply again, stroking my cock with quick, angry jerks. I can take the edge off, but it won't be enough. I know that already. I need her. I want her. I take the panties and wrap them around my cock, using the scrap of cotton to get myself off. It doesn't take long, and then I explode, my cum spattering on my clothes and my hand. I lie in bed for a moment, trying to catch my breath. And then I'm just irritated with myself. That was the saddest fucking thing ever. I wish it had been Ivy's hand on my cock. Her mouth brushing over my skin. Her fingers curling round my dick. Funny how I've just come, and yet it didn't do a thing for me. I still feel that gnawing hunger for her, that obsessive need, and I realize it's not about my pleasure. It's about hers. I need to see her come. I want her underneath me, her cunt clenched tight around my cock as I bury myself in her. I want to see her tits bounce when I fuck her. I want to see her mouth open in a silent cry when I thrust into her. I want to see her reactions, taste her sweat, lick her honey. I want all of Ivy. It ain't about me anymore. It's about her. I get out of bed and clean myself off, then change clothes into a ribbed white tank and a pair of running shorts. I grab my phone, find Ivy's texts and send her a note. BP. You awake? I glance at the time. It's not too late. 11ish. I'm wide awake, still surging on the adrenaline from being around her earlier today. Maybe she is too. Her response stings a moment later, and my heart speeds up like I'm some sort of damn schoolboy. Ivy. I'm here. What's up? BP. Thinking about you. That's all. Ivy. Did you find a listing you like and want me to call about seeing? BP. No. I just jerked off on your panties. Her texts stop. I see the 3 dots that tell me she's typing flash up on the screen, and then they disappear. They flash up again, then vanish once more. She's trying to think about what to say to me? That's cute. I picture her, all adorably flustered, her cheeks red. Amused, I watch the 3 dots move back and forth, and then finally she answers. Ivy. Well. Ivy. I guess I won't ask if I can have them back. BP. You can if you come get them. Again, the 3 dots blink and then disappear. I laugh aloud because she's just too damn cute. I love making her flustered. Ivy. You can keep them. I don't know that I want them back at this point. BP. That's a shame. I was just looking for any excuse to see you again. Maybe send me a sexy pic of you? Ivy. A selfie? BP. Yeah. You want me to send you one of me? Ivy. No. It'll probably be your junk, and then I'm gonna have to explain that to my sister the next time she grabs my phone. BP. That's cute. I like that you wouldn't delete it but save it. Smiley face. Ivy. Ha. BP. I also love how you don't answer me when you get all shy. You just keep trying to divert me. Ivy. Did you want to talk about houses, Boone? BP. See? There you go again. I'm trying to get you to come over because I'm thinking about you, and you keep changing the subject. BP. So, let me be blunt. BP. I've been thinking about you all night. I want you to come over. I want to taste you again. I wait for those 3 little dots to start fluttering up on my screen again while she figures out her answer. To my surprise, my phone buzzes with an incoming call. Ivy. Hot damn. I pick up, doing my best to sound all lazy and bored, when all I really want to do is grin with delight. Hello. You're serious? Her voice is soft. You want me to come over? I am absolutely serious. Why? Why? I repeat, amused. Why do I want you to come over? Because you're smoking hot and just fondling your panties ain't doing enough for me? Because I've had the taste of you on my lips all day and I'm hungry for more? Because I like your smile and your laugh, and I like that little noise you make when you come even more? Because, okay. Her voice is so low and breathless that I almost think I'm imagining it. Okay? Yes, I'll come over. I'm not pushing you too hard, am I? She still sounds a little reluctant to my ears. because I only want this if you want me to. It ain't any fun otherwise.
Quit talking, Boone, before I lose my bravado.
Now she just sounds exasperated. I laughed then. She ain't turned off. She's just shy. I'm shutting up. There's a breathless little chuckle on her end, and then I hear the sound of rustling.
I'm getting a pen and paper. Give me your address.
I glance around my trailer. I feel obligated to warn you that this ain't a palace.
I know that. That's why I'm trying to sell you a palace,
she teases. I'm serious, Ivy. It's a trailer. Kinda shit show of a trailer to boot. Lots of girls don't like that sort of thing. I found that out many a time. Girls are real hot to go back to your place with you until they find out it's on wheels. Then they find a real quick reason to leave. I gaze round at my place, trying to see it in her eyes. It's messy, but it ain't falling down too much. I can straighten up a bit before she arrives and make it suitable for her if she can get past the whole trailer part.
I don't care that it's a trailer, Boone.
The laughter is gone from her voice.
Do you really think I'm that much of a snob? I happen to...
She hesitates and then sighs.
Actually, never mind. I just want you to know I really don't care if you're living in a cardboard box, Boone. We're getting you a big, impressive house just like you wanted. And even if you wanted to stay there, your house doesn't change who you are.
She's a real peach, defending my shitty digs. I like this girl more and more every day. You are real sweet, Ivy. But you know, if I wanted to stay here, that means you can't sell me some fancy house.
Which is why I'm going to come over there before you change your mind.
Lies, I drawl. You just want your pussy licked again. She makes an outraged sound. Again, she's fussing, but she ain't denying things. I love that I've figured her out. I give her my address, and she promises to be over shortly. Time to clean up round here and find where I stashed those condoms. Not that it matters too much if I have them or not. Long as I get her off, I'm good.